Good morning, traders. So, using the Bull-Williams theory, we are trading the Dow Jones. So let's have a look at what we can do, what we can trade for today. So, first things first, we tagged this level here, which we'll look at in the lower time frames. I was expecting the middle level here to be hit first, but that looks like it sort of shot through there and went to the next one. So what we did get here on the daily was a gap up and then a runaway, and then we came back. Okay, so on the daily, if I look at the oscillators here, it is very possible that we have a potential double bottom brewing here. Okay, so if the awesome oscillator is sort of giving us diversions. Okay, and this is lining up with the price on a double bottom. So there is potential for a double bottom. I still think that this measured move target of 24039 is still very much a target that the bears are aiming for. If we just look at the 4 hour, you'll see the oscillator here pretty much in one day rallied to the top, gave us a double top, and then we've got this hanging man with confirmation. So, you know, if I saw this on a lower time frame, I would be looking for a reason to be short. Okay. Now, the only thing that is bugging me is the awesome oscillator here, which is starting to pick up some buying pressure. You can see the buyers are stepping in. So what may happen here is this could be a case of testing the Bull-Williams, coming back down to this double line here, which is the previous breakout, and finding some support here before moving to the upside. Okay, now if I just use a little bit of logic here, okay, we've got a gap here, we've got an inside tail here, we've got another inside tail here, and we do have a little bit of interaction in this area as well. So in other words, a rally to this point, bounce back to this double line here, and then long. Okay, so this is also a possibility. So pretty much as I said yesterday, I am looking at this level down here at 2403, let's call it 24040 as the measured move, which is very possible, but it could also end up being a trap. Okay. So I just want to just line this up quickly. There it is there. Okay. So and just want to line these up. So that's kind of the channel that we're in at the moment. Okay, so let's just get to the hour. Right, looking at the hour, you can see we broke away from the Bull-Williams, the alligator. We've got a bit of divergence here. You see we priced as far away from the alligator that we came back to the alligator, rallied away, pretty much an exhaustion bar. Whenever you see this kind of thing, one massive big bar like that, right to a level, 9 times out of 10 it's normally an exhaustion bar. And then we got some volatility as political noise around trade wars came through. Okay, so there it is there. Where we are at the moment is pretty much bouncing in no man's land at the moment. So if you look here, we do have the potential for a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, shoulder, head, and we are busy flirting with building another shoulder. So I would like to see a bounce down into this 24468 area. That would give me sort of a retest of the previous breakout here, which would give us a rally. But the concern I have with that is pretty much going to be, we're going to break below this fractal level here, which will below the teeth of the Bill Williams, which is a valid signal for a short. Okay, so that would be a valid signal for a short with a stop above this fractal here. The only problem with this is obviously it's a 200-point stop loss. Okay, so pretty much I think still quite a bit of volatility. The next thing to bear in mind is we spoke about this yesterday, so this was the wedge break. We've hit the first wedge target. Just line this up somehow. It doesn't really matter how you put it. It was a wedge consolidation pattern, broke to the upside. We didn't test the break, and we are now pretty much flirting with the Bill Williams again. Okay, so it's still very much in two minds for me. So there is a potential, let's delete all the noise. So there is a potential that this is just going to bounce off the alligator back to the downside to come and tag the measured move at the bottom, or alternatively, we're going to find support on this 4-hour fractal here. You can see we're pretty close to it. Sort of we pull back, we came pretty close to it. So there's still a possibility we come back, find some support here, and then head up for our second move. So it's, there's two stories here at the moment. So there's merit for looking for shorts and there's merit for looking for longs. And typically when we start doing that, I rather wait for the confirmation of one of those two moves to happen. Okay. So that's kind of my view on this at the moment. What I do want to do quickly is I just want to switch across to the ichimoku. Now, you'll see now why I want to do that. So ichimoku, remember, if you're below the cloud, we are short. If we're above the cloud, we are long. And we also need the Tekinson and Kijinson to be in the right direction. So blue above red here, that's the blue is your Tekinson and that's your Kijinson. So, and then the opposite is true here. When they're flat like this, it indicates indecision and ranging. Okay, so on the daily, we are very much indecisive. If we look at the 4-hour, you'll see we've come together, but we're not really pointing to the upside just yet. So technically, we are still in a downtrend. Okay, and I'm just going to pull out to the hour, and you'll see here we've broken through the cloud. We've come and tested the cloud once, twice. So again, ichimoku is pointing to two possible scenarios. Either this break above the cloud here holds and we rally, or we're coming back down. Okay, so from the 1-hour perspective, if we look at the future, it is green, but it's flat. In other words, this line here is flat. And Chiku span here has not broken through the cloud yet, which it needs to get through the cloud. And then we have confirmation. The oscillator here is grouped to the downside for buying to step in. So, yeah, still very much for me indecision. So, yeah, I'll probably wait this one out until I see something more concrete. Because at the moment it is merit for the longs, merit for the shorts. And I can't even pick up the levels here because, well, I suppose you could actually, but if you break below this fractal level here, the risk you have is that you find support pretty much uh, 40 points away. So it's not even worth the trade. Okay, so maybe what you want to do is, if you've got time, pop down to like a 12 minutes. You can see we're using this area as support at the moment. So we're using the 200 moving average as support. And just wait for the Europe Open to see what happens. Okay, that's probably the best advice I can give right now. But the other thing that I can see here is there's a double top. It fell off, and then there was a wedge. We broke to the downside. So high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Now we have a bit of a higher high. So, yeah, sorry guys, there's not much, for me anyway, to confirm the direction. I think you're probably only going to find that later on today. What you could see here, here's another scenario. Sorry, I'm seeing these things as we close. So it has broken out this channel, so you could see a pullback to come and test this again and then rally. Or you could argue that this target has almost been hit. So what you're looking for is a bounce off there to come back down. But at this stage, there is pretty much nothing, not even on the 12 minute. You either side of the alligator, which is just showing confusion. So it's often something which I don't want to trade. Okay, so that's kind of my view at the moment. I want to see something like we had yesterday, which we had the potential for the long. So if you jumped in on that, you had your two moves. There was your first one, pullback, second move, and that was your trade. At this stage, there's nothing. It's starting to look like a short, but I'd wait for Europe to see exactly what happens. Okay, and then if you are going to take the short, just bear in mind that you've got these levels which are fairly close. Okay, so every one of these tails here is a level. So from where we are now, it's a 100-point trade, but there's no guarantee that we're going to turn here. We could just rally all the way up and then sort of keep moving to the upside. Okay, so sorry guys, not going to much help today, but what I will pay attention to is just seeing what price action does and where we are in relation to the alligator. If we're below the alligator, I'm looking for price action to show me a short entry. If we're above the alligator, I'm looking for price action to show me a long entry. Okay, so that's kind of my view on it for today. Anyway, I know it's not going to help you much, but enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe. Keep those stops tight. And remember, not trading is also a trade. Anyway, cheers for now.